All right, let's get to the C's here and we'll be good. These are the characteristics. This is what I am not. When we graph and when I do my assessments, I have very low C characteristics. I had just below, if we look at a graph of 100, below S, right? So I'm very low on the S. I like people, but I'm not quite like, hey, everybody get along, let's hold hands, right? But the C, I suck at. There's no question. Procedure. All right, now think about, these are the customers that'll make you or break you. The D's, we can figure out. The I's, even the S's. Pat said it earlier. These are the people that can make or break you, and there are a ton of people like this, and we get scared of these customers. Because like, I don't know if I can live up to them. You can if you understand them, all right? They want the facts. These are the people like, all right, you know, I always give up my card and my flyer to them, and I explain soft washing a little bit. We use no pressure on the house, building materials, et cetera, and then they may have more questions, right? So they want the facts. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Don't, hey, you know, I'm going to try. No, you're going to clean my flower bed. Don't forget to clean the flower bed, all right? Rules. Be prepared for these people. They love rules. Rules is what they live for. And you're like, oh, I can't stand it. So if there's no flyering or solicitation in the neighborhood, don't do it. Now, Pat, you know, again, find your way, and you got to figure out, make your own way. Pat has figured it out. But if that's what you have to do, you tell them, like, hey, just so you know, I'm going to be dropping a few flyers to your neighbors so they can have the results that you're having. Okay? If you sense that person. If they're like, listen, don't put out any flyers, then don't put out any flyers. Okay? At least in that area right there. They decide cautiously. Are you going to close most C's on the spot?
No.
Do you think? Why not?
Research.
Research. They're gonna Google you. They're gonna Google your name if they already haven't. Google your reviews. And understand this: we sell primarily. I forget the stat exactly, but 80%, 85% effectively to our own personality styles. We're more effective. So when I'm selling to D's and I's, my close rate, I just boom. It's just a matter of if they're going to buy or not. When I'm selling to a C, I'm sucky on the details, their procedure. I have to work and flex that personality style to get it to that point. All right? They're unemotional. Hello. Hey, I'm Matt from Power Clean Pit Crew, et cetera. How you doing? Did you have a good day? Yeah. You're like, oh my God, this person hates me.
You don't even want to talk to me.
It's like,
Man, I had a customer just like that. When he was military, I mean, it's like he just had no emotion. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey. And you sitting there smile. Like, this dude was like.
did you sell him? Did you sell him?
Yeah, I did pressure washing. I did also lawn care for him, but he just had no emotion. I mean, he just.
And they're like that. And here's how, and if you didn't know going in, you know at the tail end. All right? Because when it's clean, the D's like, you did a heck of a job. Appreciate it. The I's are like, my house is clean. Right? The S's are like, hey, I really appreciate you working with me, getting this job done in a timely manner. The C's are like, that looks good. Looks good. I mean, there was algae. There was like pictures of mold that was like the Mother Teresa. And no, there's no emotion here. All right? They're logical. When they're like, hey, so what's your process? Process, okay. Well, I'm going to show up here. I'm going to get my stuff connected, get all my solutions squared away. All right? We'll get... if we have to water down some areas, I'll probably start on the farthest or the biggest area away from my rig. They just want to know you have a process because they're process detail driven. All right? monotone. They're not going to be up and down like I have been. You're just like my man was saying. It's just like, is this person flatlining? No. They're just, that's how they approach life. Again, let me hit you with a couple concerns here. You can't spring on a C personality something without having some facts and researches. So if you go to clean something, or hey, that might be efflow, that might be calcite, that might be whatever it is, and I think I got this, and I might do this the scum pre-soak. But if you have all that stuff ready to roll, like, hey, here's a process. I ran across this right here. Do you want me to clean that? Do you want me to take care of that? Here's what I would do to take care of that. We'll wet it down. We'll treat it. I'm going to go clean this part of the area. I'll come back and clean it again. Boom, come and clean it again. Now you've got a little bit of process. They're like, oh, okay, you've got a process. A guy like me who's like, I like flexibility. I can figure it out. They don't want to have someone who can figure it out. So I have to flex and say, okay, what would a C want? This, this, and this. Okay? Listen, run your rigs how you want, and we all get busy. And I don't ever want a customer to see the inside of my truck after a busy week with the Chick-fil-A bag on the floor and you're just hustling it. I mean, we've all been there. And I'm not proud of my trailer. I mean, it's a small trailer loaded with a Udor, a 5.5, and a hot water box, 250-gallon tanks. Like, I am maxed. My axles are screaming. That's why I got to get in my tandem. But I try to keep it neat and clean for that personality style. Because when they see it, regardless of how big or small it is, they make an association like your stuff's all disorganized and the hoses are all bird nested in the back of your truck. They'll be like, nah. Is that you?
I'm a CS.
Yeah. So you're a CS?
Yeah.
All right.
Howard Partridge laughed at me too.
Right, but so you hate you are you the one who keeps the hoses crazy? Who keeps the hoses crazy? He does? Okay. She's blaming. But I'm just saying, they recognize that stuff. First impressions matter. Okay, let me keep rolling here. Inconsistency. Say one thing, do another. Man, not going to roll with them. Violating principles. Gang, this goes beyond, this transcends anything. Be a person of integrity in everything that you do. It may cost you jobs. You may have to tell people, hey, look, I didn't get that, or I couldn't get that, or whatever it is. Be a person of integrity. All right? Yes, to the details. They like consistency. They like the analysis and research. They will figure you out, right? They were the ones that will blast you with a highly detailed 4-paragraph dissertation on how you screwed up their thing. Because you are using chemicals, you are doing this, you didn't do this based on this industry, whatever they think, that's the C. That's the C personality. Excellence, they don't like, hey, what's up, buddy? How's it going? They don't, they're not the I's. Keep it professional, right? These are the people you can't say, hey, I finished the job early. Can I start you? I'm 3 doors down. They're just not going to roll with it. They're going to be like, no. And that's simply because you didn't give them enough time to process it. So how would you get around that? I try to stay in touch with my customers and then say, hey, look, there is a possibility if everything falls right and the weather and customers cooperate and the jobs give me what they're supposed to, I might be able to get to you Thursday, although we're scheduled Friday. Now they're like, okay, so then if I call them and say, or text them and say, hey, look, I wrapped up. Can I get you started? Like, heck yeah. Or I just know I told them 12 o'clock Friday, it's going to be 12 o'clock Friday. All right? They don't like, oh, well, hey, things that are carefree and not tight. They like things with a tight ship here. Quick. I can get that done quick. What is that saying to the C style?
That you're not getting it done right.
Because in their mind, right, to do things right takes Right.
I get that all the time. People say, "Man, that was quick." I'm like, let's say effective, not
Effective.
quick.
Efficient.
Efficient.
It was, and so that's where we drop knowledge. Say, look, again, agreed, but you know, I've got $20,000 of equipment sitting on my trailer, as opposed to a $300 pressure washer from Home Depot. I mean, there's a reason why I can do things more efficiently,
Efficient. Yeah.
and I do it every day. So that's when you walk them around like, hey, boom. But again, it's efficient. It's not quick. All right, unorganized. We just had that discussion. Selling to C's. These are the folks that if you say sodium hypochlorite versus sodium hypochloride, those are two different chemicals. I made that mistake one time. And this is for a knucklehead across the street from me. Watched me build my house, because I built my house in the neighborhood. Never bothered to ever come and talk to me. Long story short, Pat had given me a referral. He's like, hey, there's this house on Bingham Drive. I'm like, Bingham Drive? I live on Bingham Drive. So I got there. It was 2 doors up from me. And I said that. I said, you know, so he goes, well, what do you use? I said, sodium hypochlorite. He's like, hypochlorite? I mean, sodium hypochlorite. And I knew immediately. He didn't want any bleach on the house, right? And it sat there for years after this is going back 1.5 years, 2 years ago. Now I cleaned, and I gave, oh my God, I gave this guy a deal and a half because he was my neighbor, like $250 for 3,500 square foot in his patio. Just look, I'll go across the street, I'll clean it for you. But again, I could tell he was a jerk, big jerk, and definitely a high C. That's why he has no friends. But anyway, I'm sorry. No, that's not true. Again, avoid the emotional appeals. Hey, look, come on, man. You know, I got a wife and kids. They don't want to hear that. You could use that. Listen, I don't like that, but again, with the eyes, you go, look, dude, we got to do business, man. I got to put my kid through college. All right, what's $25 for the C's? I don't care about your kid in college. Don't play that game with me. Answer carefully, thoughtfully. Be specific. I like leaving things open-ended, which is, again, about flexibility. The C style wants it specific. And again, this is where I have to grow my business and my systems. Like in my contracts and stuff, I have to do a better job of outlining clay stains, rust stains, all those things. Now, I hit them verbally most of the time. And because I work highly on referrals, I've been okay. But I'm going to get bit in the butt when a C is like, oh, you said you were going to clean my house, but you didn't take this off because I had forgot to put it in my details, right? So anyway,